Good evening, everyone. So, welcome to Career Launcher. My name is Naveen, and today we will continue with this series that we have been running it for so long, which is Quant CAT 2025. And today we'll be looking at modern maths, and in this specifically, we'll be looking at set theory. Set theory is a topic which we can expect to come in Quant as well as LRDI. So, it's a very important topic when it comes to LRDI. You can expect one complete set based on set theory. There are some of the types, or approaches to solving questions on set theory. So the first approach is going to be we use Venn diagrams. Okay. So the number of sets or the number of logical premises that we are going to have, those many circles or sets we are supposed to make. So Venn diagrams are good, they are fine, but it's not always applicable. So when do we use Venn diagrams? We use Venn diagrams when a lot of info is provided to us in the question. Okay. The second way to solve questions is either using a formula or using the chocolate distribution method. So these are two approaches to solving the difficult problems where very few info is given. So basically the entire set theory based questions can be divided into two levels, level 1 and level 2. Level 1 as in basic level. बेसिक लेवल में जब बहुत चीजें गिवन होती है तो हम वेन डायग्राम यूज करके सॉल्व कर लेते हैं. लेवल 2 जहां पर बहुत चीजें नहीं गिवन होती है, then drawing the Venn diagram is not at all helpful. What we use is we use the formula approach or the chocolate distribution method. Out of which we can discuss about the formula approach because there is a formula there. But chocolate distribution method, there is no formula. It's all talk and it's all concept and it's all distribution. Okay, so the formula approach is that the universal is given as x naught plus x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on plus xn. Basically, if there are n sets, universal is given as sum of all the regions where xi denotes the region which is in exactly I set. Also, some of the sets, let's say some first set, second set, and so on, up to nth set, is given as 1 times x1 plus 2 times x2 plus 3 times x3 and so on, plus n times xn. Where xi is obviously, it denotes the region which is going to exist in exactly I sets. Okay. So these are the two equations or formulae that helps us solve questions which are when we have a difficult level problem. But even this particular approach is not always going to be that easy. Reason being, I mean, of course, you have to practice a lot. You practice anything enough, it's easy. But the questions based on formulae, they are not so very much widely seen. So enough questions है नहीं revision के लिए हमारे पास, क्योंकि CAT में देते भी नहीं है उस तरह के. What the type of questions that we have come across in CAT exam has been, 3-set Venn diagram or a 4-set Venn diagram, or maybe a combination of 3 sets with a disjoint 4 sets. इस तरह के हमें sets देखने को मिलते हैं set theory के अंदर. देखते हैं सारे varieties, we will look into those. So the first question is, if among 200 students, 105 like pizza and 134 like burger, then the number of students who like only burger can possibly be. Okay. So we can solve it using both the approaches, Venn diagram and the second level chocolate distribution method. So if I want to solve it using Venn diagram, so let's say this circle represents the students who like pizza, right? And this represents the students who like burger. And this is the entire universe of this particular problem. So we have overall 200 students. So you here union set or universe of set theory, that is going to be 200. Basically, it means the number of students inside should be 200. Out of which 105 should be within the blue circle and 134 should be within the pink circle. Now, the number of students who like only burger can possibly be. So what we can do is we can take the middle one to be x, okay, the common region to be x. So this is going to be 105 minus x. This is going to be 134 minus x. And the sum of all the four regions is supposed to be 200. So if I look at the variables, we have minus x and plus x. They are, multiplicative, additive inverse of each other. Basically, it means that they will add to give us a 0. So we have a minus x and extra, so we need a plus x. So variable wise, if you add all the x's, everything is gone. Let's look at the numbers. 105 plus 134, this is going to be 239. Out of those 239, we need only 200. So we need to get rid of 39. So let's subtract 39. Now, the unsaid rule about set theory is that the value at every region in a Venn diagram or in a set theory question has to be a whole number. Basically, I cannot take x as 0 because if I take x as 0, that x minus 39 will become negative. So if you think about it, the minimum value of x that we can have, it's going to be 39. इससे कम हम रख ही नहीं सकते. नहीं तो x minus 39 negative हो जाएगा, right? And the largest value of x, which is max of x, the largest that I can put is 105. Because the moment I make it more than 105, our only pizza wala region, this region, will become negative. So x can take all these values. Now the question asked to us is students who like only burger. So they're asking us 134 minus x kya ho sakta hai? So what we'll do is we'll put 39 once and then we'll put 105. So if we put 39 here, this is going to give us a 95. If we put 105 here, it's going to give us a 29. So what we see is this can be 29, 30, 31, 32, and so on, up to 95. From all the given options, the only one that lies within the range is 93. So yeah, answer. Right? Okay. Another problem. A club has 256 members, of whom 144 can play football, 123 can play tennis, and 132 can play cricket. Moreover, 58 members can play both football and tennis, 25 can play both cricket and tennis, while 63 can play both football and cricket. If every member can play at least one game, then the number of players who can play only tennis is. So again, this is a 3-set Venn diagram question. And I will be using Venn diagram approach because there is a lot of numbers and a lot of information is given. So it's going to be easier that way. So we have got cricket for, yellow for cricket. And then we will have pink for tennis. And then we will have blue for football. And these all are going to be encased within a universal. So the universal set is 256 members, out of which 144 can play football, 123 can play tennis, 132 can play cricket. And then it is also given that every member can play at least one game, which tells us that the region outside is going to be 0. There is nobody who doesn't play neither of the 3 games. Okay. Now, The common region is this central region, which is enclosed by three boundaries, one pink, one blue, one yellow. So I'll take that as X. Now it is given that 58 members play both football and tennis. So this entire petalship is 58. So this should be 58 minus X, right? Next, 25 can play both cricket and tennis. So this entire petalship is going to be 25. So this should be 25 minus X. And similarly, 63 can play both football and cricket. So this should be 63 minus X. Now, the largest Venn diagram is football here. So let's not count what we have here. Let's look at what all expressions or terms we're going to have here. So if I look at the pink circle, the entire pink circle, tennis follow set. So if I look at the variables, we have minus x plus x minus x, where we need a plus x. Now, if I look at the numbers, we have 58 plus 25, which is nothing but 83. We need 123 there, so this should be x plus 40. Now, let's look at the yellow circle, cricket one. Here, if you look at the variables, we have minus x plus x. They will cancel out each other. Minus x, we need a plus x. Now, if we add the numerals here, 63 plus 25, which is going to be 88, we need a 132. So that is going to be another, that was 88, right? So another 12 plus 32, which is 44. Now, the unsaid rule, remember? The minimum value of x that we can have, it's going to be, we can have a 0 here, right? And the maximum value of x that we can have, this is going to be 25. Okay. Also, the sum of all the 8 regions, 7 regions within the 3 circles, and the 1 region which is outside the circles, which is 0. Sum of all these should be 256. So this is how we will solve. ये पूरा blue circle 144 already है ना? Okay, so we already have 144. Now let's look at the variables. We have got plus x minus x. We have an extra plus x. So that in order to counter that, we need a minus x. Let's look at the numbers. 40 plus 44 plus 25. So this is basically 109. So we do have an extra 109, and they should add up to give us 256. So if we solve this, we will be having x is equal to 3, which is perfectly fine. It lies within the range, right? So 253, and then we will have, is it 253? Hold on. Let's just verify this. So we have a 123. So 58 plus 23 is 83. 83 plus 40 is 123. We have 63 plus 25, which is 88. 88 plus 12, it's 100 and 132. This will perfectly make sense. So the sum is 144 plus x minus x plus x minus x, and then we have 80, 100, 109, and this should add up to give us 256. So why is it that we are getting x as negative 3? 144, 123, 132, 58, 25, 63. X is supposed to be minus 3, right? If anybody can tell me where I'm making a mistake. Because looks like the numbers, they should be little different. एक इश्यू है यहाँ पे. At 144, this will not make sense. So we'll have to take 150 here. 150. This will make sense now. So we have got 150 minus x plus 109 is equal to 256. Now if we solve this, we will have x is equal to 3. Up here. This is 259 minus 256, which is 3. If x is going to be 3, we are asked number of members who can play only tennis. So only tennis, it's x plus 40, where x is nothing but 3, so we get 43. So a slight alteration required in the value of the football. Not every value will give you a definite or a correct answer when it comes to Venn diagram. Typo question. Okay, next. In a class of 100 students, 73 like coffee, 80 like tea, and 52 like lemonade. It may be possible that some students do not like any of these three drinks. Then the difference between the maximum and minimum possible number of students who like all the three drinks is. Very, very few information is given. We are told the universal set. We are given the individual sets. We do not know the common region between coffee and tea, and whether it is tea and lemonade. We do not know all three. Kuch nahi pata. So drawing Venn diagram is going to be completely, useless scenario. It won't help us at all. So universal over here is 100, coffee over here is 73, tea over here is 80, and lemonade we have here is 52. Now, since we have to find out all three, we have to calculate x3. 3 here denotes how many sets? 3 sets. All 3 ka, ye check karna hai. So exactly 3 ka, what would be the minimum and what would be the maximum? So do remember that the minimum value of all 3 is always the smallest set, which is going to be 52. Sorry. The maximum is going to be 52. Maximum 52 होने वाला है. Minimum कितना होने वाला है? For minimum, what we have to do is we have to add all the 3 sets, which is going to give us 205. Right? So basically, there are 100 students standing in a queue. And we have to make sure that minimum students should get all the 3 drinks here. Right? So since there are 100 students, and I have to make sure that nobody, that's what my target is, nobody, 0, kisi ko nahi mila, because I need to minimize it. Nobody should get all the 3 drinks. So what I will do is I'll start giving everybody 2 drinks each. Once I complete until the 100th student, I realize that out of 205, I'm done with 200 drinks. 100 लोग 100 लोग हैं, हर एक को 2 देंगे, तो 200 यूज हो जाएगा. We are still left with 5. Now these 5 will go to the first or somewhere, some 5 people. So the minimum value here for exactly 3 or all, this is going to be 5. So question asked is what is the difference between them? So 5 and 52, they are 47. Venn diagram, बहुत मुश्किल कर देता. बहुत सारे equations बनते हैं. There would have been a lot of variables. This approach is known as chocolate distribution method. Instead of chocolates here, we had drinks. So we are distributing drinks. Okay. Next one. There are certain number of students in a university class. Of all, 25 students play hockey, these many play cricket, these many football. Of these, they play this two, these two, and these many play all the 3 games. How many students are there in the class? A lot of information, Venn diagram. So we have 1 for hockey. Then we have the next one for cricket. And then we have the next one for football. And then we are told that there are certain number of students in the class, out of which 25 play hockey, 12 play cricket, 18 play football, 8 play all the 3 games, out of which 10 play hockey and cricket. So ye 2 ho jayega because the value of this entire hockey and cricket is 10. 9 play both cricket and football. Cricket and football is 9, so this has to be 1. 14 play both football and hockey. So this is 8, so this has to be 6. Now we will be able to figure out the values here. In order to find the value of universal set, there are 8 regions here. Region number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's not forget 8. I know the value at each of these ticked mark regions. I do not know anything here. कहीं पे कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ कि every student plays at least one of these 3 games. So if I try to add the values at every region, and since the value at this region is unknown, this will stay unknown. हमें पता ही नहीं है कि क्लास में बच्चे हैं कितने. So the answer will turn out to be contributed. Now if you think about it, the Venn diagram draw करने से कुछ मिला नहीं. हाँ, it is visible though कि what is happening. But if you think about it, if the universal set is given, it is mandatory to know the value at each of the regions, whether there are 4 regions, whether there are 8, or whether there are 16 regions. Right? Another one. 81 students appeared for the exams in physics, chemistry, and bio. These many students passed in physics, itne chemistry, itne bio, itne physics, and this, and this, and this. Now the question asked is the largest possible number that could have passed in all the 3 exams is. A lot of info is given, Venn diagram. So we have one circle for physics, and then we have got the another circle for chemistry, and then we have the third circle for biology. And we are told that the universal is 81. Total 81 students appeared with it. 46 passed in physics, 47 in chemistry, and 48 in bio. Okay. Everything in the question, or every person in the question, is about their past exam. Failure kahin nahi likha ho, right? We'll start from the centermost region, X le lete hain. 29 students passed in physics and chemistry. So this is going to be 29 minus X. 27 in chemistry and biology, so this is 27 minus X. 13 in physics and bio, so this is going to be 13 minus X. Now, the entire blue circle should be 46, out of which 42 we already have, so we need another 4. Minus X plus X minus X plus X. All the variables within the blue circle should cancel out each other. Let's look at the pink circle. We need a 47, out of which we have an extra 9 already, so we need to get rid of that 9. We have got minus X plus X minus X plus X. Let's look at the yellow circle. We need a 48, out of which 40 is already there, so we need another 8. Minus X plus X minus X and another. Now we need to know the value or the expression outside these 3 circles. Neither or none of the 3 regions fall. So the largest circle is 48. So this is already 48. We do not have to again add those 4 regions. So 48 plus 4, which is 52. 52 plus 29 minus 9, which is like 52 plus 20. So this is going to give us 72. We need an 81. So we are short of 9. So we'll write it that. Now, if I look at the variables, we have got plus X minus X plus X. So we need a minus X as well. Now, the unsaid rule about Venn diagrams, the value at every region should be a whole number. So we need to find out the minimum value of X. If you think about it, I cannot take X as 0. Because if I take X as 0, ये negative हो जाएगा. हमें whole number चाहिए. So if we think about it, the only possible value of x that we can have is 9. अगर 9 से ज्यादा करोगे तो ये नेगेटिव हो जाएगा और 9 से कम करोगे तो ये नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. Anyways, question asked is what is the largest possible number that could have passed in all the 3 exams? So they're asking us indirectly the value of x only. x की वैल्यू में कोई लार्जेस्ट नहीं स्मॉलेस्ट नहीं है, x की वैल्यू फिक्स है. The value that we'll be getting for x is going to be 9 and 9 only. This 9 is the max as well. So, tricky question. The way it is framed, it looks like we will get a range. We realize that we don't. Right? Okay, so I hope you found the 5 questions we did today interesting. There was some typo in the second question, so you can ignore that typo. Look at how to decide whether to use Venn diagram or when to use chocolate distribution method. Your next session for Roadmap to QA Success by Mr. Shashank Ahoy is going to take place on 22nd of April at 8:30 p.m. So make sure that you guys attend this. Mr. Shashank is going to discuss, it's going to be the third session of arithmetic where he is going to discuss about percentage too. Okay, so if you are preparing, if you're an aspirant who's preparing all by yourself, and if you need concepts or if you need new types of questions, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and like the video. That's all we need. And if you can press the bell icon every time we come online for a session, you will be notified and you will not miss out on any session. Right? If you have any queries, you're welcome, Aras. So if you guys have any queries, feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll see you again in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.